Morning, guys. I just started off on my quest to find another accommodation for the night, even though I can't cancel this one because I had to pay in advance, and so it's booked, and I had to pay the £15 per night, which is not much but still too much for the accommodation I was in. Ugh, it is so disgusting. I can't even tell you. It's really all the surfaces are sticky. All the doorknobs and the floor and the banisters of the beds, really everything is sticky. Everything is stinky. I mean, that might not even be the hostel's fault, the stinky part, because if people keep coming home at night full of alcohol and they just transpire, do you say that? I think it's transpire, alcohol over the night, the entire hallways, they smell like an alcohol production building. Blah, blah. And it is pretty dirty, especially the kitchen. It is. I couldn't even have breakfast, really. I had to pay a £5 deposit to get a box in which I could store my food in, and the other stuff which goes in the fridge. Well, I opened the fridge and then decided I don't need my fridge stuff anymore, because I definitely don't want to put anything in there. So then I got my £5 deposit food box, opened it, and it was completely sticky with rotten milk. It was so disgusting. And then I was looking for tea, because so far, ever since I've come to Scotland the first time, in every single accommodation, no matter if hostel or bunkhouse, there was always free tea and free coffee. Here isn't. So I looked around and I at least saw a sign saying tea and coffee amongst other food from previous guests. Go ahead. And I thought, maybe I get lucky. And there is some tea in this box. And I looked into the box. And the first thing I saw was some sticky liquid covering the floor of the box, and some moldy, rotten carrots swimming in it. Oh, that was the moment when I lost my appetite. Wait a second. I have to cross here, because now, please keep your fingers crossed. I'm first gonna check out the the Castle Rock Backpackers, which is my favorite hostel here. I know it's supposed to be full, but I mean, you can always get lucky. There might always be a cancellation of some kind. So, I know it's gonna be my my last night here, and I really shouldn't care so much, but just the thought of spending one more night in this hostel, it disgusts me. And if you know me, I'm really not sensitive. Yes, sensitive to dirt. But there, I really feel like putting disinfection gel liquid on my hands actually every 2 minutes. I'm glad I brought some. Didn't need it so far. That's the National Library. I might check that out later, because I never went inside. This is George V Street. And over there, like 50 meters down on the right side, is the Elephant House Cafe, where J.K. Rowling wrote the first 2 Harry Potter books. And now we are approaching the Royal Mile. It's the main tourist street in Edinburgh, with all the nice pubs and a lot of merchandise shops. And when we pass this bus, I can show you the building to the right. There, I think that's some kind of court. And in front of this building, I saw the first ever bagpipe in my life back in 2008. When Bianca and I had just arrived here, there was a bagpipe player standing in front of the building in his kilt, and we were like, oh, bagpipe, bagpipe! It was just one of many we were going to see and hear during our vacation, but since it was the first one, I never forgot, and we got so excited. So, I've almost reached my favorite hostel. By the way, I was the only person up. I got up at 6:30 and I wandered around in the hostel and through the kitchen until at least 8. I have no clue what time it is now, but I guess at least 8. And there was not a single person awake except for an Italian guy who came in shortly before I left. His name is Giuseppe, and he asked me 1,000 questions about Germany, and then he wanted to know where is Bonn. I said close to Cologne, and then he started shouting "Viva Colonia!" So he was quite a funny guy. Okay, good. This is my favorite hostel. Please keep your fingers crossed. I'll come back to you and report if I was successful. Bye bye.